primary thing that I do is to recover cores of ice 2 inches to 5 inches in diameter that might be 100 to 10,000 feet long to understand how the climate has changed in the past. They are, without a doubt, the most robust record of how the environment, how the climate has changed over time. You can go back year by year, you can actually go back season by season. We're developing new techniques that will allow us to go back storm by storm. And from those records, particularly when you can calibrate them to a modern record of the last few decades, we can tell changes in sea ice extent, changes in air temperature, changes in precipitation, changes in storm patterns, whether there was a volcanic event, whether there were forest fires, humans' impact on the chemistry of the atmosphere, from greenhouse gases to toxic metals. An amazing, amazing variety of things, which in many ways are almost more robust than the average things we even monitor with satellites today. The only negative is the fact that they come from glaciers, and we don't have the entire planet covered in glaciers, so we have to go to very remote, very well-selected areas to get these records. The biggest thing that we're really trying to do is to provide perspective. The instrumental record of temperature or precipitation is very short, about 100 years, and we would like to be able to extend that record back in time significantly farther so that we can find out all of the different ways in which the climate system might operate, ways that we haven't captured in the last 100 years. We've been able to make, I feel, some very important contributions. The first is probably understanding how the different things that control climate come together. And probably the most remarkable thing that we found when we looked at the way all of these controls come together is the fact that sometimes the Earth climate changes very, very abruptly. Within a matter of 1 to 2 years, can actually have a complete change in the climate system. In some cases, many tens of degrees Fahrenheit, dramatic changes in precipitation, storminess, and these things happen in less than a year or two. They can be sustained at a different level, almost as if you plunged parts of the planet into a much longer winter or a longer summer for a very long time, and then after a while, they flip back out again. The important message there for us is that the things that we do to the atmosphere today as humans, increased levels of greenhouse gases, toxic metals, dusts, these might very well trigger one of these abrupt changes, and therefore the future may not necessarily be this linear path, but it could actually be a series of jumps. There is a lot that humans have done to the climate system in the last 100 years, and much of it is now beginning to be manifested in the form of rise in temperature, changes in our air quality, a whole variety of things that have great significance to us for the future. The other thing that we found out from the ice cores is what the natural climate system, what the natural levels of chemistry in the atmosphere are, and we're way above those levels. We've flattened out. We're not polluting as much as we were before for some things, but we're still way above the natural system. And we are well beyond the sorts of atmospheric chemistry that humans evolved under. So it means that we either evolve in a different way or there'll be changes. The big important question that we're trying to answer is what will happen in the future. If we could have more and more certain understanding of what would happen in the future, we would be far ahead in our planning and deciding where developments should go, what kind of trees we should grow, where we should go fishing, where we should build dams, where we should have hydro power plants, and the type of energy that would be best for us to use. So contributing to significant understanding and more certain understanding of what the future will be is really, really, it would be a dream, I think, for most of us in the climate science field to be able to do that with greater and greater certainty.